Hi everyone, we recently went out for our first sail of the year. Unfortunately we were only able to go out for a day, but what we decided to do was to bring my parents with us, because somehow in all my years of having a boat we've just never invited my parents sailing, so it was time to make it happen. So the plan was go over to a nice anchorage, put down the anchor, have some lunch, maybe go to shore and then head back again. It was really important to us that everyone had a good experience. We didn't want to put anyone off. For the first day we were originally going to do, we actually ended up cancelling because I looked at the forecast for the sea state and it looked like it might be a little bit rough and we just didn't want to risk it. So we waited for a better day. That did mean that we weren't going to have a lot of wind, but we figured that was better than people feeling seasick. The one thing I didn't account for, I checked the tide, I checked the weather, I checked the sea state, but I didn't account for the fact that everyone else was going to have the exact same idea as us because it was the first nice day in ages. So the locks were really crowded. We had to raft up in both locks, which has never happened before, and one of the locks actually had about 12 boats in it, which is incredible. We've never seen that many boats in one lock before. There's also a bit of a current running through that lock, so we ended up kind of sideways across the lock, which was a little bit stressful, but we were able to come alongside another boat. They were really helpful, and we were also able to help out a smaller boat that came in behind us. They were just drifting around because they'd misplaced their keel cord, so we were able to pull them in, wrap them up against us and throw them a line so that they could stay in place while they looked for their keel cord. So even though it was quite stressful in there, it was actually quite a nice atmosphere with everybody helping each other out. So we were in the lock a lot longer than usual because they were loading so many boats in, and by the time we got out the tide had dropped a lot more than we were expecting, and we actually had to pull the keel in a bit because we were in danger of running aground. There wasn't a huge amount of wind, but we did manage to get the genoa out and we had that up for quite a while. As we approached the anchorage, we took down the genoa, we put down the anchor and then made some lunch. After lunch we decided to head to shore, not really because we especially wanted to go to shore, mainly just because I wanted my parents to have the experience of riding in the dinghy. We actually don't have an outboard at the moment. We sold our old one because it was so big and heavy that we were actually having trouble lifting it down from the boat to the dinghy. We're looking to get a smaller one, but we haven't yet, so for now we've only got oars. Amazingly, we did manage to put all of us in the dinghy. Nick did an amazing job of rowing us ashore. We did have the tide in our favour, so that really helped. On the way back we did have to split up and do 2 trips because it would have been too difficult to row against the tide. We had a cup of tea and then it was time to pull up the anchor and head back to the marina. Our trip was mostly uneventful, but as we were approaching port we saw a big cruise ship in the docks with its engine running. That's quite an unusual sight where we are, so we were not expecting that. And as we were watching it, it sounded its horn and started to move. So we hurriedly got out of the way and let it come out and pass by before we tried to get in. So we made it safely back into our berth. It was a great day. I really enjoyed it. It was just amazing to be back out on the water again. I think my parents enjoyed it as well. And it was actually quite nice to have some extra people on board. It meant that my dad could help us with the lines in the lock, and I gave the camera to my mum, so we got some footage of things that we normally wouldn't get any footage of because both me and Nick have our hands full. And hopefully soon we'll be able to get out again and hopefully go out for a little bit longer this time. So the day after we took the boat out, we had a little bit more excitement because we had heard that an old rusty ship that has been in the marina for a long time was going to be towed away and probably be scrapped. We decided to go along and watch it being towed. Again, was very surprised by the number of people that had the same idea as us. Apparently a lot of people are interested in seeing old ships being towed away, and so there was quite a crowd watching. They had chosen one of the highest tides of the year to take it away. Obviously it probably has quite a deep draft, and so they need plenty of water to be able to float it away. So they filled up the marina all the way, and also apparently they had to decouple the gearboxes on the swing bridge because they were worried about damage if they were bumped into. So they started by towing it out backwards with a tug at the stern, and then behind it at the bow there was a pilot boat helping to sort of push it along. they got the ship through the swing bridge and the first lock, they spun it around so that the pilot boat was now in the front as they went into the second lock. It did seem like this caused some problems because the engine on the pilot boat seemed to be struggling a little bit with so much weight to pull, and there was quite a lot of slightly concerning smoke coming out of it. Finally, they got the ship out of all the locks and we saw it being towed into the docks where it is presumably going to be scrapped. On the whole, I think it probably went as smoothly as it could have gone. I have a lot of admiration for the crew because it can't have been an easy manoeuvre to get it out through all of those locks and things. As we were watching, we realised we didn't actually know anything about the ship or what its purpose was, so we looked it up and it turns out that it was a pilot cutter. It was actually the longest serving pilot cutter in the UK. It was operational from 1959 to 2002, and it was also the largest pilot cutter to go alongside vessels at sea. So that was quite interesting. I hope you appreciated this video. We actually had to do quite a lot of running to get between all the bridges and locks and things to be able to get the footage, and we both really hate running, so I hope you liked it. Also, hello to the person that recognised us and said hi. We were a little bit distracted trying to get footage, but we appreciate you saying hello, and thank you everyone for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, please do like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.